thinner than usual. How am I looking today? I'm not really so sure. Today's video is going to be zombie themed, but the good kind of zombies, not like the bad scary zombies, and not brain eating zombies, because that is prejudice that has been put on all zombies and is not true of all of them. A lot of them are harmless and handsome yet humble children. So if you have not guessed, it's Disney's Zombies Eliza costume. And seriously, if you want to make any of the zombie creatures from this movie, they are so simple. A lot of this is just upcycled clothing that you can get from the thrift store, and it is super cheap. I think my entire outfit is like $5 maybe. And the best part is that you can totally make it your own, because as they say in the movie, they're always like, zombies have lots of flair and they get to have lots of personality. So it doesn't really matter if your outfit is an exact match, as long as you're kind of close. And if you're wearing something in the, I don't know, green, maroon, blue, black family, you're totally close. And I love how you can take any kind of linen or cotton material and you can dye it. I used Rit dye for mine, and it gives this cool like vintagey wash, and it's fabulous. And who's excited? I am. I found this skirt at the thrift store that's made out of a cotton material, and also this jacket. These will be perfect to dye. I like that this jacket had detail on it that looked kind of cool, and I thought that it would really enhance the look. I'm also going to use Rit dye in navy blue, and I'm just going to fill a bucket with water. And then I'm going to dip a little piece of the material in to see if I like the color. If you want the items to be dyed really evenly, you actually want to wet them first before soaking them in the dye. I did not do that, and I also didn't stir this up at all while it was dyeing, so it gave it a kind of cool, wrinkly, crinkly effect on it. But if you want it more even, you definitely want to wet the clothes first, and then you want to stir them in the process. And I left my clothes outside for about an hour. This is totally subjective. You can leave it for an hour or a couple hours, doesn't matter. And then I'm just going to wash them out. For her shirt, I found this red shirt at the thrift store for about $1.25, and then I'm just going to use regular black acrylic paint and kind of just paint swirls or paint whatever I kind of want on there. This is going to be our zombie tongue at the top of it, which most of the costumes had. So I've got my skirt on, that is the blue of her skirt in the opening number, and she has on a red shirt with the cool little zombie tongue, and then it is actually like kind of cropped here with a tie. So I'm just gonna kind of mark that, and then we are going to chop it up. I'm gonna take just a chalk or whatever, and I'm gonna mark it somehow. To give her shirt the cropped tie effect, I'm basically going to just eyeball the middle of the shirt and then cut a giant slit up it. You can also fold the shirt in half, but this part really doesn't have to be super accurate. And then I'm going to cut the entirety of the back of the shirt off. With the remaining piece, I'm just going to chalk outline kind of a giant C shape, and this will basically make it so you can easily tie the shirt in the front. I'm going to take the piece and just flip it over so that they will match each other. And then once you've done that, I'm just going to literally tie it in a knot in the front, and you've got a tied front shirt. And talk about how perfect are these. I found these at the thrift store for seriously only $1 for all of these patches. On her skirt, she has a patch that kind of looks more like a radioactive symbol or something, but I thought that these were kind of perfect. I'm not entirely sure what they are. I did try and look them up on the internet, but I don't know. But I really like this one, and I think it's actually an iron-on, so I might try and just iron it on there. With some scrap material, heat up your iron super hot and then just iron on these patches. My little duck patch was iron on, but the big one ended up not actually working, so I did sew this one on separately. If you don't want to sew it on, you can alternatively just use safety pins and give it kind of that much cooler vibe. finally a DIY that's perfect if you have curly hair. So in the movie, Eliza's hair is super curly and she's got it up in a curly do, much like how I used to style my hair in like the 7th grade, but now it's actually cute and fashionable. I knew I was born at the wrong time. So I'm going to show how she did it. Basically, I feel like it's really, really simple. You're just gonna wanna leave a couple of pieces in the front forward, maybe not that big, but like a couple here. Something like that, maybe. Something like that. Does that seem kind of evenish? Because she had some that kind of hung down and framed her face. So I think that will work. So her hair sits like kind of high on her head, which is how I like to wear my ponytail anyway. So I'm gonna just ponytail wrap this like a normal human would. This feels very weird without these front pieces. And then I'm just going to scrunch it like anyone who with curly hair would maybe do. So that'll give us a nice scrunched effect. And then with these lovely pieces, I'm going to, I don't know, figure out where the front of my face is. So this is gonna drive me crazy, but kudos to her for rocking it in the movie because she made it look really cute and fabulous. I'm like, ah, this hair's in my face. But yeah, she made it look really good. So here's my Liza hair. So I'm starting with the white cream makeup. This is $1 and you can buy this at Target or Walmart or wherever. And I'm also gonna be using these cosmetic wedges that I got at the dollar store for $1. So for any good zombie tutorial, they say to use foundation that is actually lighter than your skin tone, but since I already look like a freaking ghost, I found this kind of humorous when looking for stuff. But yeah, I'm just using the dollar store stuff, or I think I got this at Target, but it was $1. And in the next step, I'm gonna use a setting powder because I am kind of splotchy and looking a little dead. And I also bought brand new brushes for this because I honestly didn't want to ruin my like really nice brushes with this crappy makeup. But I bought brushes at the dollar store, so they were like $2, so not that bad. So then we're just gonna be like, hope this works. Doesn't ruin my actual makeup. This is my actual stuff that I use. And then the next item, I got this brow powder from the dollar store because you can see you're gonna get foundation in your eyebrows, so you're just gonna wanna put them back together and make yourself look like a cute zombie. I'm gonna use the darker of the two browns, put our brows back together. Oh my gosh, that's dark. Wow, that is so dark. Not what I meant to do. Maybe I should use the lighter color. Okay, well, be careful with the cheap makeup. I've definitely got some super strong brow game now. I might be dead, but my brows are fabulous. I'm going to use one of these ridiculous palettes because you want to put like orange and red all around your eyeballs. So I bought this one, I think, at Kohl's, but just for fun. I did go back and forth on whether I should use my Aurora Lights palette because look at how shiny this stuff is. I kind of just want to be shiny. So I'm maybe gonna use some of this metallic color right here just to be a little shinier, which isn't really doing anything. So we'll be less shiny. So I'm going to grab some of this orangey shade and I'm just going to put it on all over this area-ish. And then you're also gonna put it under your eyes-ish to give you kind of that dead look. So then I'm gonna add some red, kind of over here. This stuff is super strong. This stuff is like real strong. Like you don't need a lot to get a lot, which of course I'm just sweeping this on because like, why not? Why go small when you can go big? I'm still gonna add eyeliner and mascara just to make my eyes pop even more. Because they're looking a little dark. Perfect. So now that I'm looking more fantastically dead, I'm just going to use some of the gray color, chisel out the areas where a zombie would, you know, have less coloring. Not that I have a ton of coloring, because I don't. So you're kind of just gonna want to go like on your nose, and then like here, and then blend it out hopefully. And then next I'm gonna use this zombie gray lipstick that I got at Walmart last year on like 90% off sale. So I think it was like 20 cents, but it's been in my attic, so like, you know, we'll see what happens. And then last but not least, in order to make anyone a fabulous zombie, I also got green hair dye. I bought this at Party City for I think $3.99 per can. I thought that their green looked better than Walmart or Target's green, so this is the one that I got, which it says to shake super well. And then you also want to spray it like kind of far away from your face, but like, how do you do that by yourself? So. It's looking great. So for accessories for Eliza's costume, she wears some really cool purple tights, and I looked everywhere for purple, and the only place that had like a true really good purple was Party City, and they were like $9. I've had these tights that I thrifted for 50 cents for a long time, so I'm just totally gonna rock these with some black shoes that I also thrifted that I think are actually 2 sizes too big. But again, I didn't go for the standard, like she has more of like a combat boot or a Doc Marten, something really cool. But since it's not my aesthetic and it's not something I'm gonna rewear, I chose not to spend the money to get something super close. So if that's also not your aesthetic, I would suggest just using a pair of black shoes that you already have, or a black pair of shoes that you thrifted that are kind of similar. So definitely looking a lot more like Eliza. I've got the red shirt on, and I've got the coat that matches because they'd be coveralls theoretically. And this coat's a bit long anyway, so I'm kind of thinking I might crop it because it's feeling a little too like long. So I think we're gonna give it a little snip snip, probably just above this button maybe. And on my shirt I have zombie tongue written down, which either says the word duck or it says that you should like and subscribe. So that is all for the actual DIY and makeup and hair part. I will say that this one is really, really easy, and this is something you can totally do last minute. So basically what I did when I was out thrifting is that I looked for pieces made of either linen or cotton in a light wash, because I knew that I wanted to dye them either this pretty blue color or a maroon or a green, whatever color you want to go for. If you happen to find coveralls, that's like a total bonus. But basically what I did is I just found similar materials so that they would kind of dye evenly. So like this jacket is made of linen, but this skirt that's actually a skirt, so like bonus points there. This skirt is made out of a cotton material, so when I went to dye them, it was super easy and took really well. I forgot to stir my dye when I was making this, so it's got kind of this funky pattern on it, which I actually really like. I think that makes makes it look a lot better than if it was just one solid color. It makes it look more distressed. And I love that this is something that you can customize. So she had a couple patches on her skirt that looked more like, you know, rise up, zombie power. So I decided to put one of my little ducky patches on my skirt because I thought that would be kind of a perfect mix of both her personality and mine. And literally you can find these pieces at any thrift store today. I mean, this costume is literally so simple to make. And if you happen to find pieces in the correct color, then you won't have to dye them. So again, this is one I would totally recommend making your own in lieu of buying because it was super cheap and fabulous. And I think honestly what sells this is the green hair and the zombie face. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I hope you have a fantastic week, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!